Hey, this is Tyler with TJack Survival and Survival Dispatch. Let's talk about water procurement. Went through. It's already gone down since I've come through here. So there are some general rules when it comes to water procurement. Water goes downhill. That's one of the major general rules. The problem sometimes with that though is water goes into places that you can't get in or get out. So one of the basic things that you can do when looking for water is to stand on top of the highest hill, get a good survey of the location in the area that you're in, and then try to, in your mind, imagine where the water would flow to. Where are the wadis? Where are the gullies? Where are the places that they go downhill? And then as you're moving, look for animals and plants that only grow around water. Willow is a good sign. If you see one big, massive tree that's by itself that kind of sticks out in the middle of nowhere, it's getting water from something. Bugs like bumblebees have to be within one day flight of water. They have to drink every day, and they're not going to travel that far. Certain birds will always go to and from water. So as you're traveling, like I said, get up on a high place, kind of survey the area, look where water would flow. So I'm here at a semi-high vantage point. It's very early in the morning. I have my ISO cranked up. It's really dark out here, but I've kind of burned it a little bit so you can see in the dark with me. And when you're looking for water, last night it rained heavy, really heavy. There's a thunderstorm. So you see this peak out here on top. There's a couple of lone trees right on top. There's a good probability that that's rock with sand in it and trees on top. So if you're running ridge lines, check those pockets on the top. Now, right through here is a draw or a wadi, where all the sand on top, the water will go through that sand, it'll hit the rock, and that will flow to the rock until it reaches its terminus, which is going to be the bottom of this ravine right here. So, in fact, right now I can see just a little puddle right there at the base of it. That would be a really good place to get water because of the volume of rain last night. So if I needed to just follow it from pocket to pocket, eventually one of them is either going to have sand that's wet that I can dig into and get water on the bottom, or it's going to have a pocket of water that was fresh from last night's rainstorm that I can just drink from and refill my canteen. Okay, it is pre-dawn right now, and I'm using my headlamp. There was a massive rainstorm last night, so it's a great time to talk about water procurement. Right there is a water pocket or catch basin, and if I can get this, turn this down, it's a great place to get some water. Now, the rain hit last night and it cleans everything out, and it leaves these little water pockets. Set my hat down. Leaves these little water pockets where you can drink some water. Very good. So, if you were in a ravine like I am right now, and you started up on top of the mesa, just worked your way down the wadi or the ravine, and just go from level spot to level spot to level spot, eventually you'd run into a water pocket or a catch basin. And if it's been raining recently, it's all clean, it's all brand new rain, because after a couple days this little pocket evaporates and there's no longer any water, so I know that it's fresh. If I run into sand spots like this, I can tell there's clay and there's obviously water in the bottom of this. Now, because this is sandstone with sand in the bottom, I might not get into it. So either I can dig deep into the bottom of this and hope that I run into water, and that's obviously very wet, or I can head upstream until I find the next pocket, up or downstream if you will. And in this area, there's a nice big stand of water. Now the next question I'm gonna ask myself is, can I drink it? So let's talk about drinking wild water. Let's talk about drinking wild water. So when you're 2 or 3 days deep without water, or when you're 4 hours in extreme heat and exhaustion without water, you might have to decide, do I want to dehydrate to death, or do I want to get sick 7 to 14 days from now? Maybe. So you're kind of triaging what's going to kill me first. Now, in this instance, we've had rain after rain after rain and flash floods lately in this area. So I can 99% bet there's no problem drinking out of that water right now. It looks a little bit like it's got some protein in it, some bugs and whatever. But what matters is it doesn't have feces. It isn't fresh from a flash flood. It's fresh from rain. So if it rained last night or this last week, I know that this pond is full of rainwater. Rainwater is always good. So I would hedge my bet and drink out of this pond absolutely without question. Now, another thing, I want to be able to camel up enough water in my belly that I can make it to the next location, or fill up the things that I've got. If I have the ability to boil, I boil. If I have the ability to chemically treat or to filter, I filter. If I don't have that ability, again, do I die from dehydration, or do I maybe get sick 7 to 14 days from now? And if it's a survival situation, you might be rescued in 3 days, 7 days, 14 days. Hopefully, you might not even get sick. So think about that and try to make the best decision for you. I'm not advising you to drink wild water. Always purify it if you can. But it would be a shame to die next to a water source that wouldn't kill you anyway. So if you're in a legitimate survival situation, unless there's feces in that water, drink it. You know, save yourself that way. All right, hopefully this is valuable to you. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Appreciate it.